What's up, guys? Cuzbad Guys here, back with another video. This is going to be going over the vampire counts army I have for the channel, and remember to like and subscribe. Alright, so let's talk vampire counts and what models I have for the channel army. So vampire counts I'm really excited about because it's one of the model ranges that is easily available through GW right now. Most armies in Old World are not accessible because of the Age of Sigmar, Soulblight, Gravelords range. One of the best boxes to be able to get start on the vampire counts is going to be the Vanguard box. It's got the 20 skeletons, the Vargeist, the Blood Knights, and a Vampire Lord. I've got 2 boxes of it, so I can get plenty of stuff to be able to run. A cool thing about the box that they actually don't advertise is that the Vargeist kit you can actually build as both Crypt Horrors and Vargeists. So it's a great way to be able to maximize models. So excited to be able to get those, and I actually really like these skeletons way more than the older skeletons because they just look better. I'm really into, when I hobby, I watch the, what is it called? Total War Warhammer 3. It's a video game that people play, and there's a lot of Let's Plays online. And I'll turn that on and watch it while I model. And watching some of those Let's Plays, I've really liked the vampire counts, and they have foot vampire infantry, which just looks super cool. And I wanted to find some way to be able to make a model, like a unit, in the game. And something that I found was from the Warcry range, so the True Blades. These guys are vampires on foot, and I thought it would be really cool to swap these out for Graveguard with great weapons, because like these guys, you can give them great swords, and then the blades that they have are big, so I think they look really good. And right now I've got the beginnings of a 30-man unit. I'm also using the Crimson Court is my command. So like the main vampire from the Crimson Court, he's my unit champion. I put a trumpet from another one of my boxes just on her belt to make it so she can be a musician. So I'm going through and putting all of this stuff together and ranking it up so they rank up really well. But yeah, I want to make a 30-man unit. So either 10 wide 3 deep or 6 wide 5 deep or smaller. So just to be able to maximize that unit. I really think the unit is like coming together and looking really good. Like these models are like so sick looking. They look so good. So I picked up 4 boxes of these to be able to make a unit of 30. Moving on from that, out of this box I've already put together 5 of the Blood Knights, which you've already seen in a previous video. This is another one of the Crimson Court vampires. He's the one with the big mace. I put a banner on him so he can be my White Lord on foot with a BSB. And then this is just another one of the vampires from the range that I think is super cool with a big sword on his back. Just another guy that I'll be able to run as a hero on foot. And then one of my buddies gave me an extra Crypt Horror, so I'll be able to, from this box, I'll be able to make at least a unit of 4 Crypt Horrors. And then the other thing is from this box, there's also the Curse Blood, which I'm not putting together to be the unit on foot with greatswords. So I'm thinking about either using this guy as a unit filler for skeletons or zombies or that kind of stuff, or to, because I'm going to have 4 of them, have another unit that could be Crypt Horrors. And then I've got the Black Coach, which this is an awesome Black Coach model. The older one is a lot more boxy, is less dynamic. It's like on the ground instead of like flying around like this one is, and I actually think this is a really sick model. And just like I said, these models are actually available through GW right now, unlike most other models in the range for Old World. So along the lines of the Vanguard box, this Regiment of Renown, which I think this box is actually out of print, it comes with 20 zombies and a corpse cart. So I've got 2 of these boxes, so I was able to get my hands on 2 corpse carts, and it saves some money. So instead of having to buy the corpse cart separate than the zombies, you get them together, and saves a little bit of money and gets models for the range. And then I've got 2 boxes of the zombies, so that'll be 80 zombies total. And then I've got from the Middle Earth Lord of the Rings range, these are the Dead Marsh Specters, which I'm going to be using for Spirit Hosts. I'll put these 3 models onto a 40 mil base and then paint them like ghosts. I've got an undead, the Ghost Army for Lord of the Rings, and if I like the Spirit Hosts enough, I might convert that army into being Spirit Hosts for Old World for vampire counts. And then I've got 2 boxes of the actual Grave Guard. So these guys, because the vampires are going to be my great weapons, these guys will go sword and shield. So sword and shield, and then I'll take the great weapons from this kit, and I'm actually planning on using the great weapons from this kit for Marauders, for the Warriors of Chaos. Going through more stuff, we've got a Tomb Banshee, which I'm really excited about. I like the rules in the game for Tomb Banshees because the scream is really, really good. And then I've got a Karn Wraith just because I wanted models to be able to cover any of the range. More often than not, I think I'm actually going to run this guy more as a Necromancer on foot, just because I think the model looks sick, looks really cool. And then I've got a White King on a Skeletal Steed. I haven't been able to get my hands on the Black Knights. It's like the only unit I haven't been able to get my hands on, but I want to, because I actually think having a ton of skeleton boys on horses running around would be really cool on the tabletop. And then also from the Lord of the Rings range, I've got some giant bats, but it's actually like a swarm of bats. So they, like, these are going to be bat swarms for the Vampire Counts army. So it's a unit of 3 bat swarms, which I think are really, really good screening units. I think they're actually better screening units than the Direwolves, but they're not as cheap as the Direwolves. Direwolves being said, I've got 2 boxes for Direwolves, so I've got 20 Direwolves. Vampire Counts, they have a vampire upgrade that you can do that makes it so a vampire can bring bats or wolves back up without having to do the bring back leadership check spell thing. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's this special rule. So you don't actually have to roll for them to come back. They just automatically come back. And I actually think that's a really good way to keep your screens up, to make it so they just don't die to like little amounts of fire, like bow shots and stuff. Then we've got 1 box of crypt ghouls, so 20 crypt ghouls. I don't think I'll need more than that because I think I'll just run 2 units of 10 if I run them at all. They're the skirmishers of the army, which skirmishers can be pretty powerful, but I think I'll use the bat swarms and the dire wolves more often. And then we're on to characters and stuff. So I got the Mother of Nightmares. I think this model is super sick looking. I want to be able to get her to fit onto a 30 by 60. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I really want this model to be a vampire on a nightmare that joins a unit of Blood Knights, because I think it would just be really, really cool. But I've got to finagle the bottom of this, like the terrain that's built into the model, and try to see if I can get this to fit onto a 30 by 60. And I'll actually make another video showing like any of the conversions that I do and how they turn out and what I have to do to get them to work. So that's one of the many custom models that I have lined up for the vampire counts. Then I've got a Arcane Mystic Battle Wizards. This is from Cities of Sigmar. It comes with 4 wizards on foot. So this box is going to be doing double duty between the vampire counts and the Empire army, because some of these guys will be turned into necromancers, some of them will be turned into wizards for the Empire army. Then this is the Crimson Court box, which I've already put together some of them. The 4th guy is a vampire with wings, which I don't know if I'm going to run him as like a vampire on foot with wings or put him on the Terrorgeist that I'm planning on custom making, because I'm not a big fan of the zombie dragon and the Terrorgeist model that GW has, and that model is actually really hard to get a hold of. So I've gotten models to be able to circumvent that problem and make it so I can have a model that I can use, but not have to depend on GW to get their supply chain stuff figured out. That being said, this Dawnbringer box for Stormcast, I've seen a lot of people use this dragon as a conversion for vampire count dragons, for high elf dragons, for chaos dragons, and I've actually given away one of these dragons for that purpose. So I've still got one, and then I've still got the big guy. So I want to convert this guy to being a vampire count on a zombie dragon. I think it'll look really, really good, and I've actually seen at least one conversion of it already. It's a battle report that I recorded and I actually played against it. The model looks really, really good. And then we've got this Death Lord's Matriarch. And then I've got a pair of wings that I want to try to put onto this model. I'll put a picture of what this model actually looks like. It's the one that has Manfred on the like bone dragon looking thing, which is not the Terrorgeist, but the I don't remember what the name of it is actually off the top of my head, but it's like a zombie dragon without wings. This I want to convert to be able to either be that model or a Terrorgeist. So I'll put these wings on it. I'll magnetize it to make it so it's swappable between different models that I want to use within the range. And then the last box over here is going to be the Mortis Engine and the Coven Throne. So I'll put up another picture here showing what those two models are. I'm really excited about this. I think this is probably my favorite model from the range, is the Mortis Engine. I had a buddy make and paint one way back in the day, and it looked awesome. I really liked the ghost knights that are under it with their lances and stuff. Really, really like this model. Like I said, it's my favorite one from the range, and it's probably one of the next models that I'll put together. I really like this in the black coach. They just look super cool and spooky, and really excited about it. So this is the models that I have for the channel. Let me know what you guys are excited about and what conversions you guys are making to the armies that you're doing, or which ones you're excited the most to see. Because if I get comments about stuff, I'll prioritize those things and build and paint those next, just so I can get people excited about this stuff just like how I'm excited. Old World is awesome. We've got a big community here in the location that I'm at. We're doing a slow grow right now, and it's had a pretty big turnout. We've had at least 15 people almost every time we've done a meetup and done games. So yeah, thanks guys.